Coach, just go general observation of today's practice. Looked like the receivers did well, especially late there.
That's your observation?
That was my observation.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, not bad. Not a bad observation. Yeah, I thought the receivers so far have done a nice job. Not just the catches that they made in the last drill, but they've worked real hard. Jeff Fuller and Wachaku have really pushed, and then the other guys have followed in line. So I'm pretty pleased with that group. We got a lot of stuff in on both sides of the ball. We throw a lot of blitzes at our young quarterbacks today, which is kind of unfair, but just the way it is. We got to let the defense grow as well as the offense, but and we didn't handle that real well. But we're making progress.
A couple spots where you're kind of like switching, just seeing how a certain player runs with the ones, who was like maybe with the twos yesterday.
Yeah, just trying to change up the groups a little bit and try to find out what our best group is, and using Charlie on offense is just trying to give us some depth next season. He's going to go back to defense next week, and he'll be there for the rest of the spring and the fall camp. But I just want to have the ability, if we ever get in a pinch, that he had done some practice time over there and we know what we're getting into. So, and then we'll keep moving guys around, doing different things in the first 2 weeks and see what the best combination is. After the first 2 weeks, we'll settle down and get them locked into their spots.
Coach, overall, how would you evaluate your offensive line group in the first couple of days?
Well, it's hard to say. You don't even have pads on yet. They're working hard. I think it's a talented group that will just keep getting better. They're very young, and they're still growing. They got a long way to go, but they're working hard. It's hard to say where we are just yet because we haven't put the pads on, and that's really when the true test of those guys comes to the forefront.
Because of the youth of that group, is that one group that could improve the most over the spring, probably? With how young they are and being together.
Possibly, the key to that group, I think, is the chemistry of the group and their ability to work together collectively is the most important thing, as opposed to just the individuals. That's the key of the offensive line. It's just what's their collective body of work. Because if 4 are doing it right and 5's wrong, well, it's still not going to work. 5 have to be doing it right most of the time. So we'll just evaluate them as we go. But that's an important group. Obviously, they're all important. Linebacker, losing Hodges, and also losing on defense Patterson and Vaughn, and trying to find the guys that are going to pick up the slack there as well. So I wouldn't pinpoint any one position. They're all pretty important.
You said it's kind of unfair to be blitzing the second string, third string quarterbacks. How do you think they handle it?
Well, you can't handle it
you
can't handle it if we're not picking it up on offense the right way. So, they end up taking sacks, and not exactly what I want. So we got to be a little smarter as coaches and maybe figure that out ourselves a little bit. Not put them in too many situations like that.
Coach, I know that Malcolm Kennedy you tried out last year in the secondary, moved him to receiver. Just your initial thoughts on how he's picking up at the receiver position.
When I moved him back to receiver last year, and every once in a while I bring him back up with the older guys and just see what he was doing, and he just kept getting better and better and more comfortable. He was a little bit robotic when he first started, and then he just kept getting better. And he's a good athlete that tries really hard. He wants to do it exactly right, and he's a pleasure to coach. Very coachable kid. So we have him as an inside receiver, backing up our slots, but he's also getting some work outside and backing up RZ. So he's getting plenty of work, and he's doing a very good job, and excited to have him in our program. He's a great kid.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, guys.